Constantine 2 is officially happening, the script is done, and Keanu Reeves is coming back. Spider-Man 4 gets an update with Tom Holland and Zendaya. Disney is getting sued over Rogue One. And The Hunt for Gollum will be 2 films, according to Ian McKellen. Let's break down this week's movie news.
What's up, movie friends? Welcome back to Raiders of the Lost podcast, the ultimate film and TV podcast. Constantine 2, let's go!
I love how Anthony says ultimate. Ultimate! So much passion.
We are the ultimate. And this is a huge banger of a movie news episode. This is the weekly episode where we go through all the movie news, so you don't have to. We watched the trailers, we read the articles, we scoured the internet for all of the news stories involving the film and TV world. So sit back and relax. Don't waste your time on the internet. Just listen to us. Make your food, go on your drive, whatever you're doing, just chill and learn about what's happening in the news world. So there's a shit ton of news to go over this week. This is a jam-packed episode.
It's always jam-packed because we find everything. And first off, let's talk about the box office, everybody. And Beetlejuice is still king at the box office, just barely though. The sequel pulled in another $14 million domestically in its second weekend. Obviously, the first weekend was a monster hit, breaking $100 million in its opening weekend, but a huge drop.
Big.
For its second weekend at the box office. What, 80% drop almost?
Front-loaded
Insane.
big time.
But in second place, the movie we've been talking about for the last 2 months, James McAvoy's new film, Speak No Evil with Blumhouse, beat box office expectations, pulled $12.5 million in its opening weekend at the domestic box office on a budget of just $15 million. This movie's awesome. We cannot recommend it enough. I think it's still in my top 5 of the year ever since we saw it a month and a half ago.
Speak No Evil was in my top 10. It could possibly be in my top 5 for sure. I love the film. We had an absolute blast when we saw it early, and we were not just BSing you guys because we got the early access from Paramount.
And saw James McAvoy in person.
Universal, and saw James in person. The cool James, not you.
Whoa. We're both cool.
You're both cool.
He's way cooler.
James McAvoy's a little bit cooler.
Low-key short king.
He's short king.
He's like 5'7", 5'8".
Still on screen, he looks like a monster, though.
Yeah, he does look huge in
We
this
loved
movie.
Speak No Evil, and it was a great experience. It's my favorite horror film of the year. It got a lot of flack. It got so much pre-release hate on the internet.
It's a remake of a movie 2 years ago.
Can you believe they're remaking a movie from Denmark that nobody saw?
The internet just picks one thing and they all get angry about the same thing.
Everyone turns on it.
Wait until the movie comes out.
It's just, guys, the remakes happen. People are obsessing over another Spider-Man movie, but God forbid an American studio remakes a Danish film that very few people saw.
That the director gave the green light on.
Yeah, like, holy shit, let them make the fucking movie.
It's really good. It's different.
Yeah.
If you've seen the original, really great, but this one also takes in a different direction. It's not the same movie, word for word, beat for beats, different third act. But overall, I'm telling you, this movie slaps. It's really terrific.
It was just a flat-out good time with the horror thriller genre. Which is, I mean, kind of slim pickings nowadays, and they really knocked it out of the park with this. We keep recommending it. If you haven't seen it or you're curious about the film, we highly recommend checking out Speak No Evil in theaters. It's like the best release to see right now. And then in third place, Deadpool Wolverine still in the top 3 with $5.4 million. Then we have Reagan, the presidential biopic, with $3 million. The Killer's Game, starring
Dave Bautista.
Sorry, I blinked. I didn't even know what this movie was until 2 days ago.
I thought it was a streaming release.
I'm usually on top of releases, but I had never even heard of this. I
knew this was coming out, but I thought it was a streaming. Is it theatrical release?
Theatrical release by Lionsgate.
This is a Lionsgate movie?
Yeah, Lionsgate.
I don't know why I thought it was based off the trailer. I thought it was a Netflix movie.
I'm not
Which tells you a lot about the movie.
I mean, it has a $2.6 million opening weekend, big bomb for the studio. I'm not sure they even marketed this film because I have not seen anything about it until literally 2 days ago. I was on YouTube and I saw a sponsored banner ad for The Killer's Game. And I was like, what the is this movie?
Yeah.
I had no idea it even existed.
I didn't know it was going to be in theaters, honestly. I literally thought it was a streamer.
Yeah, it's just another John Wick-esque movie. You know, it's just that genre is getting tired and beaten to death and people aren't really turning up to it.
Lionsgate taking some huge L's this year.
It's too bad because we love Lionsgate.
Lionsgate has been making...
Yeah.
They've had a bad year at the box office.
Borderlands was a big loss. This is a big loss. So
I mean, an action movie with Dave Bautista, the budget's got to be at least $50 million on this movie.
I wouldn't say $50 million. I would say probably around $25 million for this.
I don't know. Dave Bautista's probably making 10.
I'm not sure he's pulling that much. I'm not sure he's pulling
pretty big,
that
man.
much.
Let's see.
I mean, yeah, he's a big dude. He's a big dude.
Well, he's literally a very big dude.
So they also released Miller's Girl this year, Imaginary, the horror film, Arthur and the King.
Wow, Anthony's spot on. It's about 30 million.
Yep. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare, which ended up losing 100 million. The Strangers Chapter 1, which bombed. Boy Kills World, which made like $4 million.
Huge bomb.
The Crow.
Huge bomb.
Borderlands.
Oh my goodness.
Holy fuck, Lionsgate. I love you guys, but what the fuck's going on?
That's a lot of
Holy shit.
They still have a couple more movies coming out this year, too.
Oh my god. Thank God they have Ballerina coming out next year, but I mean, I don't see Ballerina pulling John Wick numbers, but it should do pretty well.
The trailer's supposed to drop next week.
My God. At least they got Henry Cavill coming in to save the day next year with Highlander.
Yeah, but that's a year away. They
They
got to pay the bills before then.
Not one of their films this year has generated revenue.
We'd have to go through all their movies.
Hunger Games came out last year. I just went through there.
That was all their releases?
Yeah, and then there was 2 others that I never even heard of.
That's a bad year.
Damn.
All right.
Damn.
My Old Ass, another movie that has an undisclosed box office, premiered in 7 theaters for limited opening. This was a movie that MGM purchased at Sundance for $15 million, and this stars
Aubrey Plaza's movie.
Yeah, Aubrey Plaza. And I saw a poster outside an AMC. Is my first time seeing anything about it.
Okay, so this teenage girl goes on. I'm not even teenage. She looks like she's like 20s. Goes on a camping trip with her friends, and they all take mushrooms. And she meets her future self, played by Aubrey Plaza.
From what, 3 years in the future? they
Honestly, on the poster, they look like the same age.
They look like the same age in the poster.
Also, they have no similar attributes whatsoever. But
kind of a similar smile.
I guess
she's too old of a teenager to not
exactly
to look nothing like the
the
adult.
lead actress. I'm sure she's very talented. She looks like she's a year younger than Aubrey Plaza. That's the problem.
They don't even look like sisters. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because when you're a teenager, that's kind of what you're gonna look like.
Yeah,
for the most part,
pretty close.
It's pretty damn close.
You look pretty much how you looked in high school.
Very cute little boy.
You're still a very cute little boy.
Thank you. I appreciate that.
Short little child, James.
Despite what I look like on camera, I'm only 12 inches tall.
Unfortunately.
Yeah.
But you're packing heat though.
Drag
That's
that
your
thing.
third leg.
I drag that thing everywhere I go, man.
James's third
If
leg.
I walk in the sand, there's just a trail.
James is a tripod.
That's how I sleep, like a horse.
So, back to the movie.
Standing up.
During the mushroom trip, she encounters her future self, played by Aubrey Plaza, and they hang out for the night. And then she sobers up the next day. She's like, man, that was a crazy trip. However, she gets a phone call from her future self, Aubrey Plaza. Like, hey, girl, what's up? And so her and her future self start communicating.
Cute.
Yeah, looks like a cute coming-of-age movie for a 26-year-old. It's supposed to be.
I wonder what I'll look like in 2 years. Oh, Aubrey Plaza. That's a huge.
It's weird. I don't look like I look like right now.
Yeah, that's pretty odd.
But it looks like a good movie. It was a Sundance hit, and yeah, Amazon bought it for a ton of money. So I thought this was going to be a streaming release, but they're going full theaters with this. This is a limited release. It'll expand next few weeks, so it'll get to more theaters.
A movie that's coming out next week as well, is Transformers 1. Another movie we can't recommend enough. We've actually seen this twice. We got to do a private screening thanks to Paramount last week. We saw it on the Paramount lot a month and a half ago. Both times, it's a good time, a lot of fun.
Yeah.
One of the best Transformers movies out ever. It's fantastic. I can't recommend it enough.
Very funny. Just a good time. Light movie. It's just a nice popcorn flick, which every once in a while you just need to sit back and relax and just have a nice laugh. That's exactly what that movie is.
But it's not like it is in the books.
Not like the books.
It's time to move into
Not like the books.
the news of the week. Constantine, John Constantine, asshole. Number 2, the sequel that we've been dying for 20 years almost.
For 400 years.
400 years we've been waiting for Constantine 2. The script is done, everybody. Keanu Reeves and director Francis Lawrence are returning. It's also being billed as very R-rated.
Thank you.
Asshole.
Fuck yeah. Make it as hard as possible.
This is really incredible stuff. I'm very excited about this. I saw this news yesterday.
Also, shout out to Cole. He sent it to me before anyone else saw it.
When did he send it to you?
Cole sent it to me like 3 days ago.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow, Cole's got an inside with Keanu Reeves then.
He is Keanu Reeves.
He is Keanu Reeves. Cole, thanks for shouting that out. This is really fantastic news. As you all know, we are huge fans of that first film. We did a solo episode on it like a year and a half ago.
Honestly, this is a crazy take, a hot take. I don't think it's crazy. I honestly, if I was going to pick one, Constantine or John Wick, I might go with Constantine. I love Constantine.
I would pick Constantine too. I mean,
love
the thing is, we've
Constantine.
only got one movie out of it. It's
Yeah.
still that memorable. And I love John Wick. That first movie's fantastic. They're all really, really good. But if we got 4 Constantine movies, imagine what that franchise would be like.
If we got 18 Constantines,
If we got
maybe
100.
on Constantine X right now.
100 Constantine
Constant
movies.
X.
But this one, I'm sure they're doing the story justice after really
Yeah.
spending such a long period of time, eventually developing it. And obviously, Keanu didn't want to do a sequel coming out of the gate after they released Constantine, even though they set it up so well.
Yeah, but he spent 3 years making sequels. I get why he didn't want
the
to do another one.
Matrix and everything. So
Yeah.
I get it, but oh man, this is gonna be absolutely fantastic. I cannot wait. I'm ecstatic. Francis Lawrence coming back as the director makes a lot of sense as to why he's been sort of turning down a lot of movies that he's been in the mix for director lately. A lot of big budget stuff.
Sure.
And I believe Hunger Games, he was also in the mix for that, but I believe he turned down probably for developing this.
The new Hunger Games?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Francis Lawrence coming back, who did several of the Hunger Games movies, is huge news as well. We have that original DNA of Keanu, Francis Lawrence. I wonder if Rachel Weisz will sign on as well. It makes sense to me that she will. But give me Diamond Hunzu coming back.
Peter Stormare as the devil.
To see Peter Stormare as the devil again,
Yeah.
it's going to be epic.
So good news on the writing front. There's a few writers of the screenplay. One of them is a Constantine expert who has written TV series episodes and TV movies of Constantine. So he's been working in that property for a long time. So they got a fan and someone who knows the IP to make the fucking movie.
Finally, this is what you do, studios.
Guys, we have this IP. Who should we get to write it? How about this like random person from Illinois who doesn't even like this property? Let's get them to do it. Then guess what? They don't even heard of it. Oh, they're perfect.
They wrote for the Teletubbies for 2 seasons. They'll be fine.
They were in the writers' room of the Teletubbies. And then we got Akiva Goldsman, who's written a shit ton of movies. Huge track record. Everything from Beautiful Mind to Cinderella Man, Star Trek stuff. So huge screenwriter in Hollywood. So it looks to be in pretty good hands. Also, J.J. Abrams is, from what I can tell, attached as a producer.
Nice.
Cool stuff, man. I can't wait.
Shoot on film, please. Shoot on film. Moving on to some more big news. Obviously, we knew Spider-Man 4 was going to get made. Now we're getting some news about it ramping up in terms of pre-production and development. Tom Holland and Zendaya are both working on new deals for contracts to return for Spider-Man 4. Destin Danielle Cretton, who directed Shang-Chi and was supposed to direct the Kang Dynasty for the Avengers before they flipped the switch and went with Doctor Doom, is attached to direct Spider-Man 4. Chris McKenna and Eric Summers, who wrote the previous 3 Spider-Man films, are returning to write the script, as well as filming being eyed to begin as early 2025.
Yeah, very cool.
Really big news. Obviously, we knew it was coming, and Zendaya and Tom Holland are probably going to get paid huge checks for this.
She's getting that Dune money now. Now she's getting that Dune money. She was in 2 Dune movies. Guess what? Fuck you. Pay me.
This is Hollywood. Tom Holland's going to make some bag like usual as well. But they're definitely going to make bag because they don't have to do this.
Holland should get at least 20 mil for the film.
At least, yeah.
And then
maybe 30.
Zendaya should get at least 15 mil.
Yeah.
I would say.
Because she's not Spider-Man, but she's also so integral to the story, so she should get a huge salary as well.
She's not, guys. She's not Before the complaints start happening, she's not Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Before everyone starts running their headlines, before this movie's released and they reveal the salaries, she's not Spider-Man. Let's get that out of the way right now.
How could the pizza guy not make the same as Tom Holland?
The person playing Spider-Man should get the most money in Spider-Man. We're just saying that right now.
I agree. Unless Robert Downey Jr.'s in it. That man only makes 25 minimum for a whole scene.
Oh my god. All right, speaking of money, we got some early projections for box office tracking for Joker Folie à Deux, the sequel coming out in October.
October 4th.
Oh, very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon. Mm-hmm. Wow. We're going to see Hans Zimmer on October 1st, by the way.
My God, I cannot
Hans Zimmer
wait.
live in concert, Los Angeles.
See you there. If you're there, let us know. We'll meet up.
We've been getting so many DMs from people who have been seeing him all over America the last couple of
I forgot we were going until someone sent us
same.
I'm like, oh shit, I got to put this on the calendar.
October 1st, baby. L.A. Staples Center.
Oh, it's going to be
I think
sick.
it's Staples Center.
I'm buying a t-shirt wherever. I don't care if it's $120. I'm getting a t-shirt.
I love how I'm buying a t-shirt. You decided. Get 2 t-shirts, man.
I think one will be fine.
I mean, and also people have been posting a ton, but I'm not watching anything because I don't want anything I don't want to see any footage of his concert before we go.
Yeah, paying good money to see it in person.
Yeah.
Wait then.
But yeah, I'm glad everybody who listens to the show and has seen him, everybody's been saying it's just a phenomenal concert experience from what they've been telling me.
Yeah, and if you're going also in LA on October 1st, let us know, and maybe we can meet up and take a photo there.
Yeah, get a beer before Hans. Hans! All right, back to Joker 2. It's tracking to earn $70 million on its opening weekend, behind the first film's $96 million debut. I think that there was just a lot of general curiosity about the film, but also keep in mind that the media and the press put out this huge fucking campaign of people are going to die if they go see
Are you talking
Joker.
about why the previous one was projected more?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, the media storm was massive for Joker, and so everybody was talking about it. It was headlines all over the world on every news outlet. Whereas Joker 2, well, I mean, once they realized nobody died when they saw Joker, they're not doing it again this time. So I think that first film had a lot of fuel behind it, plus the curiosity. And then Joker's a loved film, but also I do know people who hate Joker, so I think there are people who aren't interested in seeing the sequel. But I mean, $76 million. I mean, $70 million is no joke for an opening weekend. It's still fucking awesome.
Probably not going to break $1 million like the first one. I don't think
It won't break $1 million?
$1 billion.
$1 billion.
I don't think it will.
I don't think it will either. That's literally what I said a week ago, though. So,
Wow.
you just recycling my comments?
I'm 50% of the show. I can have an opinion that I can voice anytime I want. I have a microphone, Anthony.
You do have a microphone.
I can shut yours off if I want.
You have that power.
I'm sorry. What?
Hey, I'm talking.
I'm sorry. What?
I'm talking here. Hey, I'm talking here. Hey.
All right, you're back. You're back.
You just.
I have the power.
You are a god.
I have the microphone. I have the power. Moving on to Disney getting sued like usual. They get sued all the time. They're getting sued for Rogue One.
We should sue them about something.
Yeah, we should probably figure something out. Disney's being sued for using Peter Cushing's likeness in Rogue One. Obviously, they recreated him with CGI. And one of Cushing's oldest friends, Kevin Francis, who's also a filmmaker, claims the actor agreed not to grant permission for anyone to reproduce his appearance without Francis' authorization. The Disney Group, which made Rogue One, failed on Monday to have Francis' claim for unjust enrichment dismissed at the High Court in London. I love the sound of that. The High Court in London. He also brought claims against the executors of Cushing's estate, who have both died, and Associated International Management, the agency that represented Cushing until his death. Pretty interesting lawsuit because he's not a family member. He's not an executor of his property as well, or his likeness. So we'll
He's
keep
his
you
old
posted.
pal.
We'll keep you posted on these details.
Would this guy get money?
I believe he'd get $500,000. I believe that's what I read. I'm not sure. But so it's just one of those. It's one of those odd lawsuits where the person that's being sued for has been gone for 20 years. He's been dead for 20 years. His executors of him, his past and his will and everything, they're gone. His estate, they're gone. They passed away as well. But his old buddy,
His old chum.
bringing up the lawsuit.
Interesting. Well, anyways, still on Disney news. Well, actually, no, we're back to Sony.
Well, yeah. We're back to Spider-Verse.
Beyond the Spider-Verse, there's some rumors. Tell us about these rumors, Jim.
About a week and a half ago, the internet went crazy because someone reported on the internet, which proves that it's real, right? That entire portions and more than 50% of the film Beyond the Spider-Verse was being scrapped for creative reasons, for rewrites and reanimation, completely redoing. So people are saying that more than half the movie was scrapped, which is why it's taking so long to make. And then Chris Miller came out saying that Beyond the Spider-Verse being scrapped for creative reasons is not true. Nothing has been scrapped, he said. And the reels have been coming along nicely. So just another fake rumor. Similar to Zoe Kravitz and Robert Pattinson having sex on top of the Batmobile with Matt Reeves while walking in on them on set off a shooting day, and then Zoe Kravitz becoming pregnant. That was also not true.
It's been over 9 months.
It's been
She didn't have a baby.
It's been a long time that we know of. They're covering up real well, man.
She is little.
You think that's her at the premiere? That wasn't her. Body double.
It was Joey Kravitz, her twin sister nobody knows about. All right, let's move into some sad news. Legendary actor James Earl Jones has passed away at the age of 93. We all grew up with him in our lives as various characters, and he had an amazing career, incredible screen presence, one of the most iconic voices in stage and film history. R.I.P. man.
No one delivered lines like him. I saw this great behind-the-scenes video after his passing. People kept making great content about it, about his past and his work. And it was footage of on set of Star Wars 1977, where the stand-in actor who wore Darth Vader's suit, he read the lines, right? Because James Earl Jones wasn't on set. He did audio and post, obviously. And so I can't remember the actor's name that was playing Darth Vader in person.
How dare you?
Was reading the dialogue, obviously, and saying the lines to Princess Leia or whoever, and did a fine job. But then they showed the exact same scene, but with James Earl Jones' voice after the film was made. And the difference is staggering, how powerful of a presence he brought to just some of our favorite characters with just his voice. So incredible, so talented. He will be greatly, sorely missed, but also what a career, what a fulfilled life of 93 years of being one of the most celebrated voices in cinema, and such an incredible, talented actor, not just for screen, but on theater as well.
Obi-Wan never told you what happened to your father. That was on set. No, I am your father.
I am your father. Bring them to me. They don't know the weapons that we possess.
Thank God for James Earl Jones, man.
Goodness. Staying on Spider-Man, we have some more Spider news. Spider Noir. The series, the live-action series that's coming out, I believe, next year, has just cast their villain with Brendan Gleeson.
Didn't we talk about that like 3 weeks ago?
I think he was in talks. That was like 2 months ago. It's official.
Okay, nice.
He was in talks last time. Now it's official. He's going to voice or be the villain in Spider Noir.
The villain is Brendan Gleeson.
It's just him. It's just him with a pint. Him with a Guinness. I don't like you anymore. I just don't want to talk to you anymore.
You liked me yesterday. All right, next up we got news for the Hunt for Gollum, Andy Serkis' upcoming film. Ian McKellen commented on the movie, showing that he's interested in doing the films, which he says apparently will be split into 2 movies. And so this is coming off the heels of Orlando Bloom talking about the film last week. And so it looks like Andy Serkis is trying to get everybody involved as he can.
It seems like it.
Vigo has remained pretty mum about it. He's just said, like, he said he'd be open to it if it's a good screenplay.
Yeah, that's basically all he said. Moving on. Venom The Last Dance got a new trailer, and it looks pretty good. I liked it. It looked like fun. It opens up with Venom and another symbiote fighting on top of a moving plane in the air, which is pretty cool. And it just showcases, I think, just a good time at the theater. I enjoyed the first 2 Venom movies. I know they're
Everyone
mixed.
knows you did.
I'm just...
you can't talk about Venom without
I'm shutting off Anthony's microphone again. Anthony's microphone's off.
I actually enjoy Venom too. Like, we all know every time Venom comes up.
It's in my...
believe it or not, I actually enjoy Venom too.
That's my Instagram bio now.
We all know.
I'm looking forward to the 3rd film.
Yeah.
And it's the conclusion, we assume, to the franchise and possibly the character. Who knows what's going to happen going forward. I'm curious to see how it ends, but I think it looks like a bombastic, fun time. Pretty good fall movie coming out in theaters on October 25th.
This year?
This year.
Jesus, I didn't even realize it was coming out so soon.
Yeah, man.
And then Norman Reedus was revealed as the villain.
Oh, that's right.
No, I think that's how you say his name.
K-N-U-L-L.
K-N-U-L-L. No, U-L-L, not O-U-L-L.
It's a silent N, it's Cole.
Cool. They didn't show him. They just showed a couple shots of him. So nice job not doing away with your villain in the trailer. So.
Yeah.
All right, next up, we got another trailer. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I was kind of underwhelmed by the trailer for The Apprentice. Did you watch it?
Yeah, I mean, it's basically what I expected. I'm curious about it. And, it's interesting. Like we said, studios from different countries are behind this movie. And I don't think there are any American-based production companies involved. And, yeah, it looks like I don't love presidential biopics generally.
Yeah.
They haven't been done well in a while. I don't think really since W was pretty damn good.
Oliver Stone's.
It was pretty good.
Yeah. Honestly, the Apprentice trailer, it was just kind of like, it was fine looking. It wasn't really that outrageous or that entertaining looking.
I'm surprised how kind of tame it looks.
It is very tame. I thought so too. And then, I love Sebastian Stan. He seems like a good fit for the role, but it didn't like really do anything for me. I was like, this doesn't even look like that interesting of a movie, honestly.
Yeah. I don't know.
Also, I'm not, something in my life I know I didn't need was to see Donald Trump have sex.
Or get liposuction.
Which we got in this trailer. You'll get it if you see the film. But yeah, it was really, honestly, pretty tame is a great way to put it. Very tame.
Hits theaters October 11th.
What isn't coming out in October? It's a ton.
Lanterns isn't. Let's move on to our Lanterns news. As we talked last week, Josh Brolin was offered the role of a teenage Hal Jordan. Just kidding. An older Hal Jordan. Older, cooler.
Most likely
a cool older Hal Jordan.
I believe it was an older. I believe an older Hal Jordan, right?
Did you rewind the tape last
yeah,
episode?
you said the way you said it was. So Josh Brolin has been approached about playing Hal Jordan. I believe he would play an older Hal Jordan. That's exactly what you said.
I don't believe you. I don't believe you.
Exactly what you said.
Well, today's news. I believe he won't be playing Hal Jordan after the reports of him turning it down. He was offered this role in August, and it took until about 2 or 3 days ago to say no.
Yeah, just must not be right for him.
That's the news. They'll probably find someone else. I believe they'll find someone else.
It's possible.
I think they'll find someone else.
Yeah,
that's my belief. Based off the things I read online.
No, DC actually canceled the whole project. It was Josh Brolin or bust. Brolin or bust. All right, next up, for fans of Hot Ones, the really entertaining talk show interview
format,
on YouTube. Yeah,
which is great. If you've never seen Hot Ones, the interviewer interviews the celebrities. Usually they make the rounds for movie marketing, basically. It's kind of like a late night show. You go and do your Hot Ones interview, except you do the interview while eating different levels of hot sauce with wings. It's great. It's
very entertaining.
It's very funny. The freaking Daisy Edgar Jones and the Glenn Powell one is one of the funniest interviews I've ever seen.
I never saw it.
It's so effing good. I can't recommend enough for Hot Ones interviews.
So they've signed a deal with Netflix. Netflix is going to acquire the rights to Hot Ones and stream live versions of it.
It's not done yet. They're in talks.
I believe that Netflix will get Hot Ones.
I believe they're going to be a teenage version of the Hot Ones. This is awesome for the guy who runs Hot Ones, the guy Sam, I can't remember his last name, who does the interviews and everything and created it.
I believe it's
all I know is it's such a great idea, the show, and it's really interesting and engaging and fun, and it's sort of just mixed up interview formats in general and press junkets in general. And this guy's going to get bag. He's going to get a fucking massive bag for this. Good for him. Congratulations. He's probably get like 50 mil.
Oh yeah, definitely. He's getting the
Netflix got
money.
that money.
People like that show. I saw Lupita Nyong'o's, and it was really funny.
They're hysterical. They're really good. So either he'll interview them or the actors will interview themselves while doing it. It's pretty fun.
I saw it was behind the scenes, and she was in the green room with her team, and they were like dancing to pump her up for it.
Yeah,
because she was so nervous about it.
Hot sauce is no joke, man.
And then she was weeping afterwards for like 20 minutes.
Hot sauce is not a joke. It's insane. But let's move on to some more news, and let's talk about
the movie we all wanted.
It's a prequel series we all wanted.
Oh, the prequel series.
The prequel series for Dexter. It's called just Dexter Origins, right?
It's called Dexter
Baby Dexter.
Blood Red or something.
Anyways, the Dexter prequel, whatever it's called.
I'm gonna gather this off the nets right now with the name of New Blood.
No, Original Blood.
Dexter
First Blood. He drew First Blood. Dexter Rambo.
Original Sin.
So wow, biblical. Dexter, the prequel series, Original Sin, which drops on December 13th on Paramount Plus, dropped its first teaser trailer, and obviously we have a younger version of the character.
Barely younger than when
Michael C. Hall was 36, I think.
Barely younger when he started.
And what's interesting about it is Michael C. Hall does the voiceover narration for the inner voice and monologues of Dexter, which is paramount to the character and to the show, which I think was a smart decision to bring him back because the voice of Dexter is so integral to the show with the inner monologues he has with himself.
I'm surprised they didn't just go with the long-haired wig again.
But yeah, I know they're just not brave anymore. Like, how dare they not attempt to put a wig on him and pretend like he's a teenager? The freaking that's one of my favorite parts of the show. Yeah, it's 37-year-old Michael C. Hall with a long wig with the crow's feet,
forehead wrinkles.
Still a very good-looking man, but supposed to be 15 years old. It's great. I love how brave they were back in the day, it was Showtime, right?
They just could. I'm sure they were like, "Fuck, we gotta get this scene shot somehow."
So this prequel series dropped its first teaser trailer. Didn't love it. I mean, it looks interesting, and I guess if you love the show and the character, I really only stuck with that show for 3 seasons. After the Trinity season, I left. I didn't love the start and the direction they were going with it. Great book series, really good opening, first 2 seasons of a show. But it's clearly still popular because they have the prequel coming out December 13th, and they're doing a sequel series with Michael C. Hall next year.
They got super fans. They love that franchise.
And then I'm sure there'll be a multiverse Dexter. What if Dexter worked
It'll never die.
What if he worked at IHOP instead of crime scene investigations?
We're going to get
forensics,
Dexter First Kill one day. Dexter First Kill.
4-year-old murder.
The movie.
I'm sure we will. But yep, prequel series December 13th, Paramount Plus.
All right, big news. Steven Spielberg is producing a new film called Cola Wars.
Cola Wars. Cola as in soda.
Cola.
Jesus, Anthony.
Cola Wars.
It's in bold and font 26. 8 letters.
Font 26, what does that mean?
It's huge.
It's a 12. That is 11-point font.
Well, if you zoom in, it's
font
big.
26.
If you zoom in, it's bigger.
Who even speaks like that?
I'm just saying it's big and bold.
It's in font 26.
It's 8 letters. You fucked it up big time.
It's a weird combination of words.
Cola Wars.
Nobody has ever said Cola Wars together in a phrase before.
I said it
Just now.
last week.
Oh, yeah? What was the context?
I was like, I wonder if there has ever been a Cola
Shut
War.
up. Judd Apatow is directing Cola Wars, which will follow Pepsi's attempt to challenge Coca-Cola's century-long reign as the world's top cola.
Sign me up. Sounds good.
Yeah.
I think that's an interesting idea for a movie.
Yeah. I mean, after Pop-Tarts and...
Yeah, but it's Apatow.
Did you see The Bubble?
No, I forgot he made that. He still has made several good movies that I still quote to this day.
Several. He's made some good movies. He's made some good ones.
Several. I like Judd Apatow movies.
I love...
Spielberg's involved, though. Spielberg was not involved with The Bubble.
That's true, man. This is true.
I think it'll be good. I think it's a cool idea for a movie.
It's going to sell a lot of cola.
Speaking of movies, you like that segue into movie? Happy Gilmore 2, we got some news. So obviously this movie's going into production pretty soon. I think it's going to come out next year.
It's started filming.
It's already started filming?
Yeah,
All right, hell yeah. So we're in production right now, and it's been confirmed. What? I believe we're in production right now. It's been confirmed that Julie Bowen and Christopher McDonald are returning for Happy Gilmore 2. Obviously, Julie Bowen played Virginia, the main love interest of Happy in the first film. And Christopher McDonald played the iconic Shooter McGavin.
We predicted they gotta get him. They gotta have him.
I still think your theory is pretty strong about Shooter McGavin having to instruct Happy how to golf again. I like that
It's
theory.
the only way that makes sense. You can't have him be the villain again.
Yeah.
You need to have a new villain.
I like that.
I think I'm right.
A half-hour montage of them hating each other's guts would be so fun.
Yeah, it's like, and also you're putting your character into a situation they don't want to be in by having them like basically be forced to be trained by Shooter McGavin.
It's
And
entertaining.
then to have them, the idea of them teaming up is just ripe for good comedy.
Now, when it comes to legacy sequels and how so many of them just sort of have the same blueprint, sometimes it annoys me. With Happy Gilmore, if they have the exact same blueprint, I'm going to love it. If they have a fight, I believe my theory is he'll fight Travis Kelce in like a celebrity golf
Everybody
contest.
is saying that.
What are you talking
My
about?
personal theory that nobody else has at all stated.
You know
on
what?
the internet.
I gave you credit a minute ago for having a great theory. And now I bring
Yeah,
up
but that's nobody else has said that.
you talk to everybody?
Everyone on the internet saying that he's gonna fight Kelsey. Everyone.
I didn't see that anywhere.
Our brother texted it to us last week.
When did he say that?
He said it.
Good for him. Good for him,
It's in the
Anthony.
group chat.
Good for him. I'm going to silence your microphone again. I have a great theory without Anthony's help, or no one else knows that I believe Happy Gilmore fight Travis Kelce. But if they do all the same beats of fighting a celebrity or an athlete at a celebrity, if they go to mini golf and he loses his temper, it gets hit by a car or something, if they do all the same beats, I'll love it. And it goes back to trying to play hockey, which I probably think will probably be the opening of him trying to play hockey again.
That's funny.
Is that a theory that I can say, Anthony? Is that okay?
That's a good one.
Of him going back to play hockey?
Yeah, I like that.
Thank
That's
you.
a good theory.
I just came up with it.
I know. I'm giving you credit for it.
Thanks,
See, that's how it works.
Appreciate it.
Nobody else has said that on the internet.
Because you talk to everybody. I forgot Anthony talked to everybody on the internet.
I never said that.
He talked to all 48 people on the internet. Anthony talked to them.
There's actually 49 people on the internet.
You got a big social
It was
circle.
in the brother group chat last week.
I skimmed it.
You replied.
I skimmed it.
You replied, wow, that's a great theory. I promise I won't steal that theory.
Oh, that's right.
And
I
pass
did-
it off as my own.
I did say that, didn't I? I forgot. I forgot about that.
Oh man, that's funny. I got you.
Sorry, Jamie.
But the
Or Dennis.
hockey's a great theory.
I'll take that.
Hockey's a great
it's
theory.
My
I like
theory.
that.
My theory.
See, I give credit when credit is due.
Thank you.
And I call BS when I see BS.
It's quite a lot, usually. Move on to another remake. For the third time, Thomas Crown Affair is getting made.
You asked for it.
We all asked for a Thomas Crown Affair, which it's never been like this iconic IP or franchise, but it was remade with with Pierce Brosnan in the
Pears?
Sorry, the
Pears Brosnan.
the Boston Pierce Brosnan.
The name's Pears. Pears Brosnan.
Yo, I'm Pierce Brosnan, kid.
Who's your favorite Bond? Pears.
Pierce Brosnan. First of all, Steve McQueen did the first one in the 1970s. Pierce Brosnan,
Pears.
1990s. And now we're having a new actor fill the void with Michael B. Jordan will star and direct the new Thomas Crown Affair for MGM. Amazon. The story follows a rich playboy who enjoys stealing art for a hobby but meets his match in an insurance investigator who quickly fall for each other.
Yeah. I think he's a cool dude.
Michael B. Jordan?
Yeah. He's a cool dude.
I think so too.
I'm not sure we need a new Thomas Crown Affair movie. I'm not sure that art is hot anymore for films.
Art?
Yeah. The world of art.
Well, I mean, for heists, it always will be.
Like, when was the last time there was an art heist movie?
Ocean's 8. Ocean's 13.
Yeah.
Ocean's 12.
It's a long time ago. these are all in the 20 teens. Wait, what was the art heist in 13?
In 13?
Yeah.
In 13, they steal the freaking egg.
That's
From the
12.
No, it's 12. Okay, so hold on. No, 13 they steal the diamonds from the roof.
Yeah, it's not an art heist, it's a jewel heist.
Well, jewels are art.
Don't even jewels. Those are not art pieces. Those are rewards. Those are
but
jewel
he
rewards.
displays them as art pieces.
Oh my god, you're not passing off the diamonds in Ocean's 13 as art. Get the fuck out of here. Get the fuck out of here. Oh my god.
Okay, 12 though. 12
Yes.
has art heists. Multiple art heists. One that doesn't go well. Or they both don't go well.
Bozo. BS.
I'm pretty sure they might have stole a map or something.
They didn't steal anything in Ocean's 13. Except for the diamonds.
They stole the diamonds.
I said except for the diamonds.
And his money. But they did a...
What was the money?
They did a Robin Hood situation where they stole the money, but everyone won jackpots at the same time.
Oh, yeah.
So technically they
Wait,
robbed.
how did they steal the money?
They robbed it. Everyone got the money. So everyone who was at the casino,
Oh,
they
yeah.
jackpotted. Everyone
Yeah.
was getting jackpots at the same time.
Yeah.
So they robbed his
They
money.
didn't steal his money. They let other people take
That's
his
why I
money.
said Robin Hood. They stole his money and gave it to the people.
Well, they didn't technically take anything and give it to anyone.
Yes, they did. They rigged this. They rigged. They
Hold on,
rigged
hold on.
all the.
I know
games.
how the movie worked, but I'm just saying technically they enabled the guests to take the money
How do they do that?
by rigging the system.
Exactly.
But they did not take the money and then give it to the people.
Oh, you motherfucker!
That's what I'm saying.
That's basically what
I'm
they
saying
did. They
words
basically
matter.
did.
I'm saying words
they
matter.
basically did.
Words matter.
You're right. They didn't walk up to Pacino and say, "Give me your money."
That's exactly what Robin Hood did. So they didn't Robin Hood
Listen,
him.
Robin Hood didn't have advanced technology to flip
I'm
dice.
just saying
upside
they
down.
did not do what Robin Hood did. They helped people take money themselves.
It's the same thing.
It's not Robin Hood. That's all I'm saying.
They're accomplice to thievery. They thought
They're accomplices. That's
Yes.
a great way to put it.
Yes,
They helped people steal.
they did it. They facilitated it.
They facilitated, yeah. They did not take and give, though.
Fucking guy. Moving on. What were we even talking about? Thomas Crown?
Art heist.
That was like 8 minutes of arguing.
Oh, my God. Maybe it'll be cool. Maybe he has a cool idea for it.
Hey,
Cool
I like
take.
Creed 3 a lot.
Yeah, Creed 3 is
I
awesome.
like that movie.
Yeah.
Can you do the next bit of news?
Ballerina
Cool.
has just been spoken about by Anna de Armas in an interview where she said the trailer Ballerina is coming soon. She says, I quote, "It's dangerous, it's sexy, it's very John Wick. I think people are going to be surprised." Looking forward to it. Comes out from Lionsgate next year. Very cool.
I'm excited about it. This is a movie that has been in development for a while because they did a bunch of reshoots this year. I think they did a whole extra month of reshoots. So it sounds like they're going to get it right. and they're doing it justice because this is a big movie for the franchise. Because if this doesn't work, the John Wick franchise is dead without Keanu doing another movie, which obviously he's gonna.
Yeah, I mean, I think it still needs Keanu, but this could be successful in its own right.
Yeah, if this does really well, then obviously the poor ratings for the TV show, which didn't work out, that's erased. You know, if Ballerina does well, launches a new franchise for Ana de Armas and opens the door for side characters in the franchise to have successful films. So it's huge. It's huge for Lionsgate, and it's huge for the franchise for John Wick.
But also, I think that like with Ballerina, if you're gonna do spin-offs off of Ballerina, that's pushing it.
Well, I meant spin-offs off John Wick. Ballerina being the first one. Mm-hmm. So then you could do a spin-off with
Carpenter.
Yeah. You could do spin-offs with other characters. This guy.
Sorry.
Let's talk about Caught Stealing. So, Caught Stealing is Darren Aronofsky's new crime thriller that has cast already Austin Butler, Zoe Kravitz, Regina King, Matt Smith, Liev Schreiber, and Bad Bunny.
They started shooting this week.
Has just added Vincent D'Onofrio to the cast. In the film follows a former baseball player, played by Austin Butler, who's plunged into the criminal underworld of the 1990s New York City.
Let's go 90s.
Sounds
Fuck
cool.
Yeah.
Sounds
Let's
cool.
go 90s. I'm
Sign me
down.
up.
I'm down.
Baseball in the 90s was just so big, too.
Yeah. He looks like a baseball player.
Yeah,
he looks like a pitcher.
Fits the bill, yeah.
Yeah.
Or like an infielder or something, yeah.
Looks like a shortstop.
Yeah.
Yeah. Butler looks like a shortstop. Or a pitcher. Or a relief pitcher.
He's kind of, I don't know, what's he, 6 feet?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Maybe.
I guess that's
Seems
tall
pretty,
enough
he
to be a
seems
pitcher.
pretty tall.
Yeah, not every pitcher's huge, but yeah.
I mean, yeah, you don't have to be over 6 feet to be a pitcher.
It's
Zimmerman,
Zimmerman.
the little dude. Remember?
Yeah, sure.
From San Francisco.
You mean Lincecum?
Lincecum.
Tim Lincecum. I was like, is it Zimmerman? Remember Johnson? Yeah, Johnson from Baltimore, right? Yeah, he was 3'6".
He threw 95.
Threw 98-mile-per-hour curveball. Unhittable. You remember him, right?
His arm came off.
This fucking guy. Okay, Annapurna.
Sorry. I just cracked myself up.
Congratulations. At least someone can do it. Annapurna, which is a movie studio that has made so many great films and financed a lot of movies, specifically from filmmakers like Paul Thomas Anderson, also has a video game publishing division called Annapurna Interactive.
You were looking for it.
I was not. I was reading it.
You were like,
it's right here. I was literally reading it. You didn't even give me a split second to finish the sentence.
I'm sorry.
Annapurna Interactive.
You looked like you were looking for it.
I
was just helping.
I was looking at it. That's the thing. I was looking at Annapurna Interactive. I'm the one who wrote the story, by the way.
Did you write this or did you? No, hold on. You wrote all this text? You didn't copy and paste?
Well,
you wrote this. Hold on. You told me you wrote this. You wrote this story.
Anthony can't even breathe.
That's the most bullshit thing you've ever said. Oh my god. Please continue reading the story that you wrote.
No, I meant like I wrote it. I put it in the doc.
So you copy and pasted it.
That's exactly what happened.
Oh my god.
Well, I mean, I facilitated it. Just like the art heist in Ocean's 12.
Oh my god.
Or Ocean's 13.
Oh my god. It's a well-written story.
Thank you. So
Continue.
The entire I had to write a couple words. The entire staff of Annapurna Interactive, the video game publishing division of the company of Megan Ellison's studio, has quit. The entire staff left their job after negotiations fell through between Ellison and negotiations for an independent entity to increase their division and actually make more games. So this is
So like another company was trying to join them,
Yeah.
and then they called off the deal, and so it seems like the employees wanted that to happen.
Yeah, and it didn't. It fell through. She backed out of the negotiations, and this company, Annapurna Interactive, they've published games like Outer Wilds, Stray, and Cocoon. Mm-hmm. And so the partner with the Finnish gaming company Remedy Entertainment, which created Control and Alan Wake franchises, wanted to help bring those to, film and TV and develop together. The negotiations fell through, so the entire staff of Annapurna Interactive left and resigned a month after the dispute with the owner.
How bad is it working there if they left? If all of them left?
I'm not sure. I have
Damn.
no idea.
Holy shit.
I'll research some more and write a new article about it.
Yeah, can you write some more about this? I can't wait to hear some more of your prose about this.
Oh goodness. Anthony couldn't breathe, it looked like, for a minute.
I've never laughed so hard.
It looked like your face got inflated with air. It was just so like why? It was just red and a ball.
It was like the most ridiculous thing you've ever said.
That's saying a lot. I don't think it's the most ridiculous thing.
Because you were like, the thing is, you were like personally offended. And you're like, I wrote this. Oh my god.
Let's move on.
Fucking A. All right, here we got a trailer for Salem's Lot, which actually looks pretty good. This is a new adaptation of Stephen King's novel, starring Louis Pullman. This was actually put on the shelf by Warner Brothers for 2 years. They shot this a while ago. They delayed a release, and then they finally decided to release it on HBO Max. So this movie will be coming out on Max only, not a theatrical release.
Unfortunately, yeah, it was originally billed as a theatrical release a year and a half ago, and I'm disappointed by it because I would love to see a horror movie with vampires.
It looks good
in theaters. It looks pretty good trailer, pretty good looking trailer.
Looks pretty good,
and maybe they don't have high expectations with it, which is why they put it just directly on Max. Maybe they have too many movies coming out at the same time.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah. I thought it looked pretty good.
It's odd to me. Let's move on to, what's this Lonely Planet?
It's a Netflix love story with Laura Dern and Liam Hemsworth.
Wow.
Where
good for Laura Dern.
Yeah, a reclusive novelist looking to conquer her writer's block unexpectedly finds a connection with Liam Hemsworth. And
Liam Hemsworth?
No, it's Liam.
Liam. That's what it sounded like you said.
It's just a cheesy romance trailer. It's
cool.
It's for the moms. This movie's for the moms.
Oh, that sounds good to me. Moving on to Juror, number 2. Clint Eastwood's final film got its release date first to a limited release, November 1st, in select theaters, which will open up, I believe, to a wider release after that. The film stars Nicholas Hoult, Toni Collette, J.K. Simmons, Zoe Deutsch, and Kiefer Sutherland. Oh, it's so sick, Kiefer's in this movie. The film follows a juror in a high-profile murder trial who realizes he actually committed the murder. That's an interesting plot.
Yeah. I can't wait. There's really nothing much about the story at all.
Yeah, I wonder how that comes about. Maybe he's a serial killer and thought that this was a crime that he got away with, and then he gets selected for jury duty, and he realizes it's a person he killed. I'm guessing
it's either that or he doesn't realize he killed someone from a past event.
Amnesia?
Gotcha. Or not amnesia, but maybe like he hit something with his car and he thought it was a raccoon or something, and he kept driving, and then realizes, he's on trial for something like that.
It's a big raccoon.
Yeah. Yeah. After a couple margaritas.
That felt like a raccoon, not a 180-pound human.
But it could be either way. He either is a killer and he knows it, or he didn't know he killed a person and now he's on trial for it. And then he's maybe going to have to try to maybe falsify evidence or something. Sounds like a really intriguing concept.
We will be seated for Clint Eastwood's final film.
Oh, fuck yeah, man. He's fucking awesome. He's the man. All right, this is a really cool trailer for Flow, which is, in my opinion, it looks like the most fascinating animated film in a while. It's 100% Rotten Tomatoes, and it follows several animals, a cat, and a couple other forest critters. And the entire film has no dialogue. Not a single word of dialogue is spoken in the movie. And it's being billed as the best animated film of the year. It's a front runner for best animated film nominee at the Oscars. So this is the first trailer that was just released. It looks really cute. It looks great for kids and families to watch something that isn't constantly trying to entertain them or throw things at them. And it's really watching the story unfold like it's a silent picture. I think this looks like a really cool animated film and could pave the way forward for more subtle, nuanced movies for that genre.
It looks really great. The animation looks terrific as well. Mm-hmm. I would say the only competition it has right now is The Wild Robot, which is going to be DreamWorks' big animated film coming out this year, starring Lupita Nyong'o, which I got a sneak peek of, and it looks incredible. So that movie I'm looking forward to as well. And obviously they're marketing that right now.
We've heard from a few fans who've seen it early, and they said it was great.
Yeah. So I would say between those two, that's what's going to win Best Animated Feature.
All right, let's talk about Dave Bautista is all over the news about his weight loss.
Well, yeah, so it's connected to the press junkets for his movie that you never heard of, The Killer's Game. Is that what it's called?
Yeah,
I think I already
Killer's
forgot.
Game.
So Dave Bautista, he dropped a ton of weight. He's very slimmed down. And people have been asking him about it constantly on the press junket. So many people in the comments thinking he's sick or not doing well or unhealthy or in trouble. And he's like, guys, I was over 300 pounds. He's like,
he was really big.
He's like, I'm 6'4", 250 pounds. I'm still a massive human being. But he talked about in the interview how it's the number one thing he's being asked about. And he said that he was carrying an uncomfortable amount of weight after doing Knock at the Cabin. Knock at the Cabin, he put on a lot of mass. And obviously he's always been a huge jack guy, coming from wrestling and still being a big guy in movies like Guardians of the Galaxy and Blade Runner 2049. He's always a massive human being. And he is huge, 6'4", but 6'4", 315 he put on for Knock at the Cabin. And he said it took him years to get that weight off, years and years. And now that he's trimmed down.
Especially at that age.
Yeah. So he's pushing 50 that's pretty close, I think, too. And he trimmed down. He's, I think, 250, 6'4", still a massive human, still a huge guy.
Yeah.
Still an enormous human being. And he said he did it for health reasons. He feels so much better and he looks better on camera. But it's also, he's talking about how he looks better on camera next to other actors because he's usually the biggest guy on set. And he's in a lot of movies that don't require persons to be that big. Sometimes, it's great to have someone that massive. And obviously Knock at the Cabin, Blade Runner 2049, movies like that works really well. But he looks a lot better next to people who aren't over 220
He doesn't stick
pounds.
out like a sore thumb.
Exactly. He doesn't look like, as he said, he doesn't look like a gorilla next to actors anymore.
Arnold did the same thing.
Yeah.
Arnold dropped a ton of weight when he blew up in Hollywood.
Yeah.
After Conan, he started cutting. And he was always still huge, but he dropped a ton of muscle mass to be a movie star.
Yeah. Commando, he's still really big. Predator, he's still really big, but still
Not
down.
He wasn't Mr. Universe
But
size.
then you move on to like End of Days.
True Lies.
Not enormous, still big and still absolutely jacked, but he wasn't pushing 250, 260.
He's right because it can be distracting for the audience when you're that massive. It's distracting to look at, and it takes all the attention away from the scene. And you're like, why is this guy a Mr. Universe size in this? And he's supposed to be playing a role that's not like that. So I get it, and also like that's a ton of food you have to eat every day. That's a lot to take in, and I mean, even that's tough on your blood pressure. That kind of weight, even if it's muscle.
Yeah. But it's interesting because he's still huge, and people think thought he was unhealthy or sick. It's like he's like, guys, I'm still a huge human being.
Well, I remember when we saw him in IMAX several months ago.
In person.
And I was like, oh, he doesn't look as big as he does on TV.
I think
We were talking about it. He doesn't look as big as he is in the movies.
Now it makes sense.
It made me feel better about myself. But then now that I know this, I'm like, oh, he was cutting.
He's been cutting for a while.
He's been cutting. He's been trimming.
All right, moving on to a new movie casting. We have 100 Nights of Hero. That's a pretty cool movie title, which now has cast Micah Monroe, Emma Corrin, and Charlie XCX alongside Nicholas Galitzine. The film follows a house guest who arrives at a castle and throws into chaos the dynamic between a neglectful husband, his bride, and their devoted maid.
It's based on a novel.
Which is based on a movie. Just kidding.
That wasn't a good joke.
It's a baseless accusation. I'm sorry.
That was, don't ever. Let's just not talk about that joke ever again.
Okay. Want to talk about the Penguin?
Yeah, the Penguin, actually, fun story. Michael Giacchino's son, Mick Giacchino, is actually the composer for the TV series. Keep it in the family. It's like the family business.
It's pretty cool.
I like it, especially because Michael did the Batman. I think it's really nice that his son's doing the spinoff.
What if he copied his hard drives? Like, just kidding. I'm sure he's really talented. I'm sure he's fantastic. Mick Giacchino. And obviously, the Penguin drops, I believe the first episodes will drop on Thursday.
This Thursday?
I believe so. And then there's that week and a half break until next Sunday when the next episodes will start every Sunday.
September 19th.
Yeah, this Thursday.
Yeah. Interesting.
Okay, we have a new comedy film coming out on Prime Video, releasing October 17th. We have our first look at Brothers, starring Josh Brolin, Peter Dinklage, Glenn Close, and Brendan Fraser. The comedy follows a reformed criminal whose life is derailed after reuniting with his twin brother for a job. And I think clearly Josh Brolin and Peter Dinklage are the twin brothers based off the images that they released. And it looks pretty funny.
Yeah, it's just like a modern day twins. It's very sweet looking. They look like they could be a great pair together. I can't wait to see. I think it looks like a lot of fun.
I'm guessing Dinklage is the reformed criminal.
He looks like a criminal in it. He's got tattoos and shit. And like a goatee and stuff. All right, next up.
He always has a goatee, though.
That's true. Looks great with a goatee. Next up, we have Nutcrackers, the Ben Stiller film that David Gordon Green directed. They sold it to Hulu for an 8-figure deal. So upwards of $10 million. The film follows a workaholic who becomes the caregiver for his 4 nephews after their parents die in an accident. This is Ben Stiller's first acting role in a starring acting role in 7 years.
Again, this is a movie that I feel like just drop us in theaters. Christmas time movie.
People love Ben Stiller.
I guess unless you don't think it's as strong of a movie.
No, Hulu needs stuff.
I know, but still.
Hulu wants movies.
I guess.
Their poster says we have movies.
We have the movies.
No, it's just we have movies.
It's like Arby's. We have the meat.
That's what I remember. I said that like a year ago. I said they have the same slogan as Arby's.
I have no idea what you're talking about.
Shut up.
You've never said that. He totally said it.
Thank you. BS! BS alert.
2 new comedies have been greenlit at HBO after they both went through their trial runs of making a single episode to pitch. And their pitch episodes have succeeded in getting comedy shows from Tim Robinson and Rachel Snow produced. So we have from Tim Robinson, the hilarious comedian and obviously one of the most viral faces on comedy TikToks and videos and memes. His show, The Chair Company, follows a man who has an incident at work and unravels a conspiracy. And then we have from Rachel Snow, the Untitled series, which follows a codependent friend group that reunites.
HBO.
We have the meats.
We have the shows. All right, next up, Nightmare Before Christmas.
What's it called? Was just one episode?
Pilot.
So they both made
yeah,
pilots.
you kept calling them pitch episodes. I wanted to yell pilot, but then you got really defensive earlier when I was helping with the story that you wrote. So I didn't want to interject.
Annapurna Interactive?
Yeah, I didn't want to interject.
I'm happy you didn't.
What is the pilot?
It's pilot. That's the word.
Moving on. The Nightmare Before Christmas is returning to theaters on October 11th for spooky season. So be sure to see the holiday classic while you can in cinemas.
And our final bit of news is a new movie hitting theaters on October 25th. Another release on October 25th. I believe that's the same date as Venom, The Last Dance. Venom! We have Your Monster, which got its first trailer, starring Melissa Barrera. This is basically Beauty and the Beast, except contemporary, and I think it was New York City. So Melissa Barrera basically plays this girl whose boyfriend breaks up with her, and then she's obviously distraught with her best friend in her apartment. And then one random day, she discovers that there's a monster, a beast living in her like cupboard or something like that. And they're sort of flatmates or roommates now. And they bicker and argue until it looks like they fall in love at the end of the movie.
You know who it reminds me of? The Geico caveman ads.
That's exactly what it looks like. He looks exactly like the
just
caveman.
Longer hair.
Yeah.
And same kind of performance, just like a dude.
It seems pretty funny and cute.
Yeah,
it's Beauty and the Beast, though. Beauty and the Beast.
It's for the horror.
I wonder if the Toaster Evans will speak.
I don't think it's an adaptation, but
I know.
Yeah, I don't think the Toaster Ovens gonna. They didn't do anything in the trailer like that.
You never know. The fridge could talk. The fridge could talk.
The fridge talked?
No, I said it could.
Oh, you believe the fridge might talk?
You never know. They could do voice technology like Siri or Alexa. Maybe that's the.
Get out of here. Oh, that's gonna be the people who are turned into objects.
Yeah,
you're gonna be turned into a Siri.
Yeah, that's already there.
That sounds terrible.
AI man. All right, that's all we got for movie news. You're right. It was a jam-packed episode.
It was a lot.
Quite silly and rambunctious.
I cried tears of joy.
I squirted a couple of tears as well out of my eyes. That's where they come from.
Generally.
Yeah, usually. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Movie News on Raiders of the Lost Podcast. Everyone become a patron today at patreon.com/Raiders of the Lost Podcast to get weekly bonus episodes as well as access to the ad-free version of every single episode and access to our Discord. Leave those 5-star ratings and reviews on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. Subscribe on YouTube, like, comment, share us on Instagram, Twitter. You know the deal. You help us out. We help you out with awesome content every week. And we do all the reading, so you don't have to, like Anthony said, on all the articles and news. We watch the trailers. We do all the
You gonna wrap this up or what?
I'm thinking about it.
I'm thinking
about it. Take care, everyone.
See you next time.
Thank you for watching Raiders of the Lost podcast. Be sure to hit that subscribe button, hit the like button as well, notifications for sure. Listen to the show on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, everywhere you can listen to podcasts, and be sure to check out this other content we have on our YouTube channel.